Title: The Mystery of the Lighthouse at the End of the World. Genre: romance, adventure, comedy, suspense. There are places that seem to be taken from a story, and there are people who enter your life as if they already knew. This is the story of Valeria and the lighthouse that changed everything. The escape Valeria Dorsey needed to escape. The pressure of her career as a writer, her recent breakup, and the chaos of new work weighed on him like invisible chains. Therefore, he escaped to the last corner of the map, a small coastal town in Oregon, where the sea beat strongly, and an abandoned lighthouse looked out from the cliff, like a forgotten sentinel. The house he rented had dust, old books, a crackling fireplace, and right across, the lighthouse. What he didn't expect was to literally bump into a man carrying a rusty propeller. "Careful," Valeria shouted, falling backward. "Damn, I'm sorry," he replied, extending his hand. And yes, this is a propeller. Long story. "Valeria, dry," only said Joe. "Valeria, I don't like surprises." But destiny didn't ask her. The forgotten notebook. That same night, with the mist enveloping the coast, Valeria felt drawn to the lighthouse, as if a Fu Urza, invisibly guided. She went up with a lantern in hand, and at the top she found an old trunk. Inside, a leather notebook and a map. The sea swallowed the third. They say the gold is cursed. I say that gold doesn't sink alone. Valeria felt a shiver. Who wrote that? And what was under the lighthouse? Wine, storm, and secrets. A storm hit the town the next day. Valeria was barely able to light the fireplace when someone knocked on her door. It was Leo, soaked. "Can I come in? My house is literally flooded." She let him in. They shared wine, laughter, stories of ships, and the notebook. "This is incredible," said Leo. "What if it's real? What if the gold exists?" But the spark between them had already begun. With a map in hand, the next day they returned to the lighthouse. After moving stones and planks, they discovered a hidden trapdoor. They went down with lanterns and found a sea cave. There, embedded in the rock, a strong box with musical symbols. Leo sang an old folk song. The box opened. Inside, old letters, a medallion, and another clue. Where the sun kisses the last tree before the cliffside. The charming imposter. That afternoon, a new guest arrived in the village. Dante. Charming, cultured, charismatic, and dangerously interested in Valeria. Leo looked at him with suspicion. That guy is not H historian. Jealous? Just careful. Valeria doubted it, until she saw that Dante had photos of the notebook and plans of the tunnel. Kisses and betrayal. A discussion between Valeria and Leo about secrets, feelings, and treasures ended in a kiss. Slow, long, unexpected. But upon returning, the notebook had disappeared. And Dante too. The final search. They followed the clues to an old tree at the edge of the cliff. They dug, and they found the chest. Gold coins, jewels, 19th century contraband documents. Dante appeared armed. "Thank you for doing the dirty work," but not whether that Leo had called the maritime police. Minutes later, Dante was arrested, and the treasure delivered to the State Museum. Epilogue. The lighthouse is reborn. The lighthouse was restored. Leo stayed as its caretaker. Valeria wrote her most successful novel, inspired by that adventure. One night, he took her to the lighthouse, now lit. "And now?" she asked. "Now I kiss you without storms, without trapdoors, without thieves." And so it was. Valeria stayed to live in the town, and she understood that, sometimes, to find gold, first you have to get lost.